Hi, Lunch Bunch. How is everybody? It's great to see you again. Well, I was thinking about how much fun we had reading some of those fun fairy tales. So I found some we've read and we acted out a bunch that I think were some of your favorites. Do you guys remember the Three Little Pigs? I bet you do. We really worked hard on putting on that play. Remember that? Well, we're going to read this, and I think you'll love hearing it again because this was so much fun reading this with you and acting it out. So this is The Three Little Pigs, and it's told by Elizabeth Ross and illustrated by Roe Fry. There's the first picture. Once upon a time, three little pigs left their mother's home and went out into the world. One was a lively little pig who liked to dance, and one was a happy little pig who liked to sing, and one was a smart little pig who remembered that the wolf was always about. Soon the little pigs met a peddler hauling straw. The first little pig said, "Please, sir, give me some straw so I can build a house." The peddler gave him some straw, and the little pig built his house. But straw is flimsy, so the little house was not sturdy. The second little pig waited until a peddler hauling sticks came along. "Please, sir," he said, "give me some sticks so I can build a wooden house." The peddler gave him some sticks, and the second little pig built a house. But some of the sticks came loose. The new little house almost tumbled down. The third little pig waited until a peddler hauling bricks came along. Then he said, "Please, sir, give me some bricks so I can build a house." The peddler gave him some bricks. The third little pig built a strong brick house. It had a thick door and a big chimney. The three little pigs had just finished their houses and moved in when along came a hungry wolf. He stopped at the door of the straw house and called, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," cried the little pig. "Then I'll huff," roared the wolf, "and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." I remember you guys saying that when we acted this out. And he huffed and he puffed, and he did blow the straw house in. But he puffed so hard that he blew the little pig right to the door of the wooden house. The second little pig opened the door and let his brother in. The wolf hurried to the wooden house and called, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," cried the little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. He huffed and he puffed, and he did blow the stick house in. But he huffed so hard that he blew the two little pigs right to the door of the brick house. The third little pig opened his door and let his brothers in. The wolf scurried to the brick house and called, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," cried the pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. He huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but he could not blow that sturdy little brick house. At last he gave up. "Come with me tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, he called, "and I'll show you Mr. Smith's fine turnip field." The next morning the smart little pig got up at 7 o'clock. He hurried to the field and pulled some turnips. Then he skipped back home again. At 8 o'clock the wolf came to the house. "Are you ready to go to the turnip field, little pig?" he called, smacking his lips. "Oh, I went an hour ago," answered the little pig. "Smell my juicy turnips cooking." He's a smart little pig. Now the wolf was angry at being tricked, but he tried not to show it. "Well then," he said kindly, Come with me tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. I will show you the big apple tree in Merry Garden. Is he trying to trick him? I think he is, but he's not going to trick that little pig. The next morning, the little pig got up at 6 o'clock and hurried to the tree. He climbed it and was picking a basket of apples when the wolf came to the tree. "Are the apples ripe?" called the wolf. "Yes," said the smart little pig. "I will throw one down to you." The little pig threw the apple far, far from the tree. It rolled across the grass to a distant corner of Merry Garden and nestled there in a hard-to-find spot. While the wolf was chasing it, the smart little pig jumped out of the tree and scurried back to his brick house. The next day the wolf came to the house again. "Little pig," he called, "come to the fair with me tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. We will have a fine time seeing the sights." The next morning the little pig got up at 5 o'clock and trotted off to the fair. He saw all the sights. He even bought a butter churn. This is a butter churn, and that's what people used to make butter with. They would put cream in there and shake it all up, and it would turn into butter. Okay, let's see what happens. He was on the way home when he saw the wolf coming toward him. The little pig hopped into his butter churn and began rolling over and over and over and over down the hill. He rolled right past the frightened wolf, who had never before seen a butter churn. He rolled right to the door of his little brick house. The next day the wolf came to the house. He told about the round thing that had frightened him. "Oh, ha!" laughed the smart little pig. "That was my butter churn. When I saw you were coming, I jumped into it and rolled safely home." The wolf gnashed his sharp teeth in anger. "You have tricked me many times, but you will never trick me again, little pig," he roared. "I'm coming down the chimney to eat you." Quickly he scrambled to the top of the roof of the brick house and made his way to the chimney. Uh-oh. But we know what happens, don't we? The smart little pig ran to the fireplace and whisked the lid off a pot of steaming water. Then the wolf tumbled in. The little pig popped the lid in place, and that was the end of the big bad wolf. The three little pigs danced all around the room. Then they settled down and lived happily ever after in the strong brick house with the thick door and the big chimney. The end. Isn't that great? I love that story. And I always love remembering you guys acting it out. You did such a good job with it. So I had an idea. I thought you guys could act it out again at your house or maybe in your yard. And so I thought it'd be fun. Here's a brick. You could find some rocks or a brick or some pillows, anything, and make the brick house. That brick is heavy. Do you know that? You could make a brick house. And if you wanted, maybe outside, you could find some sticks. Make a stick house. Or you could use some books or Legos or blocks and make a stick house. And then you could here's some straw. You could use grass or you could use fabric or something and make a straw house. Would that be fun? So if you guys wanted to have something to do, maybe your family would act it out with you, or if they're busy, you could get your stuffed animals to act it out with you. That'd be fun. So maybe you can have fun telling the story of the three little pigs. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a great day. I will see you soon, okay? Bye, Lunch Bunch.